Okay, so let's begin. Namaste, thank you so much for coming. I'm going to be teaching this class for Yosho for the next couple of weeks, so I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for joining. Begin, seated tall, supremely still. Close the eyes and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Let's do the Om Namah Shivaya mantra, which means I bow to the inner light. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Together. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only peace, love, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So let's come to standing now, ready to practice. Let's begin by charging the body with the earth's energy. Stand with your feet about 10 inches apart. Raise your arms above the head. From the soles of feet, inhale all the way up through the body. Draw the energy from the earth right up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all at the fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, imagine the earth's energy rising up through the body. Hold the breath at the fingertips. Hold the attention there to keep the energy there. 5, 6, exhale all the way back down. Feel the charge flushing all the way throughout the body as the breath goes down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, bring the energy all the way up through the body. Visualize it rising. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all at the fingertips. Suspend the breath. Exhale all the way back down again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. We'll do a few warm-up exercises quickly just to prepare the body. So just start to roll the head in circles. From here on in, imagine you're the witness watching the body moving by itself. And then roll the head in the opposite direction, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. I'm trying to touch the ears to the shoulders, however, the chin on the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. Good. Now, circle the right arm forward for 4 and then go back for 4. Forward and then back. Last time, forward and back. Now the left arm forward for 4 cycles and then back for 4. And then again forward and back. Last time, forward and then backwards. And release. Now bring the arms up over the head, reach up on the inhale. Exhale, just toss the body down. Nice easy swings. And last one, just stay hanging like a rag doll. Allow the body to stop bouncing. And then roll your way back up. Good, take hold of the opposite elbows over the head and then bend to the left, pulsing as you exhale, going deeper, coming up, go to the other side, coming up, the left side again, hollow out the underside of the body without making wrinkles in the waist and come up, go to the other side. And then coming back up. Release the arms, shake out the wrists as fast as you can. Fingers flying in all the directions. And up and down. Good. And now drop the arms by the sides of the body and then just start to use the shoulders to move the body from side to side. And just allow the arms to just slap against the body. And then just pick up speed. Try to go as fast as you can. Head flying in all the directions. And then start to slow it down, the arms getting heavy. Good, and release. So let's do one more. Take the arms out to the sides. You can hold on to a wall if you need to, and just swing the right leg back and forth. Trying to kick the shoulder with the knee. And then try it with the other leg. And release. Good. Now let's come to the top of the mat. We'll do a few rounds of Namaskar to warm up. Bring the hands to the heart, close the eyes. Remember the words from the Bhagavad Gita. Knowledge is better than practice. Meditation is better than knowledge. Renunciation of the fruits of action is better than meditation. Peace immediately follows such renunciation. So let's offer up the fruits of the practice to all beings everywhere. Let's move together like a school of fish to stay in that collective mind. Bring the arms up over the head. Fold down over the legs, hands down on the ground. right foot back into a lunge. Sink down to the seat, lower the knee, come into high plank. Bring the knees down, bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Now glide forward between the arms, coming up into cobra. Bring the head back. Take the seat all the way back behind the heels, 2 more times. Brush the nose to the ground as you come forward, slide forward, arch the back as you come up. And then last time, seat all the way back. Glide forward smoothly between the arms. Bring the head back. Roll over your toes, downward facing dog, Hanumanasana. Bring the right foot forward to the hands, sink down to the seat. And then bring the feet back together, fold the body down onto the legs. Come all the way up to standing, arch back, hips forward, hands back to the heart. Reach up again, stretch the whole front of the body. Come down gracefully. Left foot back into a lunge. Into the plank. Down, Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. Then glide between the arms, coming up into cobra. Bring the seats this time all the way back behind the heels. And then glide forward again. Creep forward like a snake moving through the grass. All the way back again, the seats behind the heels. One last time. Come forward and up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sink the heart towards the ground, head comes down. Then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Drop down the knee and the seat. Feet together, bow to the legs. Come all the way up to standing, salute. Hanamanasana. Reach up again. Keep watching the body moving gracefully. Imagine the body moving with the utmost power. Right foot back. And then that gracefulness will transpire in your actions. Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. Glide forward, come up into cobra. Roll over the toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana, chest towards the ground, soles the head. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Feet come together. Again, pull the body down on the legs, head down. Come all the way up. And then return home. Up again. Go down gracefully. Left foot back into a lunge. High plank. Lose yourself in the sensations. Knees, chest, forehead down. Imagine all beings experiencing this through your body. Adho Mukha Svanasana. So make the experience as beneficial and magnificent as possible left. And then feet together, Uttanasana. Come up. And return. Raise your arms over the head. Fold down over the legs. Left foot back this time, sink down to the seat. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Slide through between the arms. Chest open. Open in every sense of the word. Bring the seat up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Then the left foot steps forward. Feet come together. Bow down. As though in humbleness. Come all the way up. And return. And let's try another variation. Reach the arms up over the head. Bring the hands down to the ground. From here, lift the chest and head a little bit, press into your hands, and then back into Chaturanga. Jump or walk back if you feel more comfortable. Come up into upward facing dog. Stay here for a moment. Pull the hips further forward between the hands. Pulse, try to get your shoulders back, the chest forward, and the head back. Feel like you're like a dog howling at the moon. And now roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Here again, bounce to the chest. Try to get the belly towards the thighs, the chest to sink, and the top of the head to touch the ground if you can. Flatten out the arms, get nice and long through the spine. Then from here, lift the heels, bend the knees. Bring your feet to the hands, hopping or walking. Pull the body down again, Uttanasana. Come all the way up. Off to Uttanasana. Bring the hands back to the heart. Reach up again. Go down gracefully.
Good. Bend the knees this time, chest on your thighs, join the hands behind the back. Extend the crown forward, and then use the body to push the legs further back, send the arms over your head, beyond your head in front. See if you can get your chest to come down below the knees. Face to the shins if your legs are straight. Keep your knees bent if you need to keep your body connected to the thighs. And then release the hands again. Push into your hands and float or walk back into Chaturanga. Through into upward facing dog. And then roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Now come again forward. Round your back as you come forward. And then transition to upward facing dog. Arch the back. Roll over your toes, round the back, and then sink the heart as you arrive in downward facing dog. One more time, roll over your toes, come forward into upward facing dog, shoulders back, throat open. And then tuck the chin in, back into downward facing dog, chest towards the ground. Feel like a dog stretching its back. We exhibit the humbleness and the loyalty of the dog to its master. Good. And now lift up the heels, look to the hands, and again, bring the feet forward, hopping or walking. Uttanasana again. Come all the way up to standing. Arch back. Bring the hands back to the heart. Take a pause here for a moment. Inhale from the heart to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love. Imagine this as your divine duty to all beings everywhere. Shiva Namaskara. May Shiva protect us and guide us through the practice. Reach the arms up and back over the head, hips forward. Stretch the front of the body. And then come down into Uttanasana. Any version you like. You can hold your opposite elbows behind the knees, pull your body against the legs, and slide your forearms down the backs of the legs, or other variations if you like. Try to get eventually your seat over the heels, but do the best you can. If you have tight hamstrings, just keep your knees a bit bent. Then place your hands down beside the feet. Option to just shift forward, come onto your hips, come off your heels, I should say, onto your toes and back down. If you feel like just trying to float up, you can. So press into your hands and try to lift your seat up over your wrists 3 times. So come up nice and light, imagine your body moving gracefully. Good, the 4th time if you like, extend the legs and bend the elbows back into Chaturanga. Good, through into upward facing dog. Imagine yourself again as a dog howling at the moon. And then downward facing dog. Then bring the left foot forward to the hands, back knee down, sink down to the seat. Getting ready for Swan Pose, but from here, just bring your left hand to your front knee, the right hand slides down the back leg. Arch your back, pull the body by the hips. Exhale, sink down to the seat. Try to get your seat as low as possible. From here, if you can, bring the back foot up. Take it into the crook of the arm, the right arm and the left arm comes over the head if you can. Bend the arm and try to bind your hands together. Push the foot into the inner arm. Keep your chest forward. Lengthen through the side body. Option to go into King Kapyasana if you like, or Kapyasana. So if you can reach over your head. If you can grasp the big toe, your toes with your tips, your fingers from above. You can just slip your right shoulder out from underneath. Bring your head back and your foot's already on the head. This is just an option, of course. Bring your arms up if you have the balance. If it's not accessible, you can do Kapyasana. Bring the back leg down, come into your Kapyasana, arms over the head. Good. And from here, break the pose. Walk the left foot out a little bit more, and then just scooch back and forth, trying to lower the hips with each pass. Trying to get the hips to come down. And then press back to the right heel, lower the back knee down, flatten out the toes, and try to anchor down to the hips. Imagine doing a cobra. Keep the left knee close to the shoulder. And if you can roll to the right. Right forearm might come down, perhaps the left forearm as well. Those of you who are very flexible, you can take your left arm to the outside of the foot, make more room for the chest to come flat on the ground. Telescope the chest forward, keep lengthening forward, and then the body will come down. If you have no other variations, go ahead. Left arm can come underneath, out to the outside, snake it underneath the knee, over your back, and the right hand comes to join it over the back. Now come back onto the hands. From here, scooch the right knee in a little bit more. Bend the toes under the right leg. Swing the left leg up. And then slide your hands in a little bit. Hug the elbows to the body. Bring your chin down in front of your fingertips. Now you can stay here or press the back knee up off the ground. Though you have the strength. Push the arms against the body and come up into Hanumanasana. Right back into Chaturanga from here. Good. Through into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. Right foot steps forward. Back knee down. Sink down to the seat. Again, left hand just slides to the back towards the ankle, the right hand on the knee, and just pull the body by the hips. Exhale, sink the seat right low. Keep the body nice and curved, side body long, no wrinkles in the waist. And then from here, if you want, pick up the back foot, hold it in the crook of the arm, press the toes into the crook of the arm, right arm comes around the right side of the head, lock the fingers together, and then see if you can push the hand into your inner arm to try to get more extension in the arms. Beautiful. Keep your seat nice and low to keep the balance. That's it. Nice, Mika. Now, if you want to go into another variation from here, you can either go into Kapyasanas, just drop the back leg down and come into Kapyasana, or if you can, have the flexibility, reach over your head or in front of your head, take hold of the toes from above, and then slip your left shoulder out from underneath to your chest forward, and your foot is already on the head. And then from here, you can keep holding onto your foot or bring your arms up. Again, the option is to keep your back leg down. Kapyasana. Make it an offering. Nice. Break the pose. Come back up and then walk the right foot out to the right. Bend the toes under in the back foot, and again, scooch forward and back. Trying the hips to come down. Feel heavy through the hips. And then settle into your lizard. Back knee down, flatten out the toes. Make like you're doing a cobra. Press the front of the hips down on the ground. Right knee stays close to shoulder. Roll to the left. Get the left forearm down perhaps. Roll to the right. Maybe the right forearm comes down. Or go further. Keep on pulling your head forward and see if the chest will come closer to the ground or right on the ground. Good. Again, you can take the bind if you like. Right arm goes to the outside, snakes underneath the knee and over your back. And then you join your hands. That's it. Beautiful, everybody. Be like a lizard, sunning itself on a warm earth. Keep the gaze steady. Break the pose, coming back onto the hands. From here, slide your left knee in closer, bend the toes under the left leg, and swing the right leg up high. Now, slide your hands in a little bit closer, and hug the arms to the body as you bring your chest and your chin down. Your chin is in front of your fingertips. Then press the left knee away from the ground, push off the left toes, push into your hands. You might be able to come into Hanumanasana. This is an option. You can also just come into Chaturanga. Very flexy, you can try to bring your feet to the head. Back into Chaturanga, through into upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, exhale out all struggles. Lower the forearms down on the ground. From here you can practice form balance if you like. Bring one leg up, walk the toes a little bit closer to the elbows, sometimes helps, and see if you can come up, find a balance. You can also stay in downward facing dog and just pulse up and down on that foot. Lift the heel and come back down. Just see if you can push into your forearms, find a little bit of lift. Nice. Beautiful work, everybody. Back down, downward facing dog. Step the left foot to the hands, Virabhadrasana 1. Arms over the head, head back behind the arms. Look up as though you're gazing beyond the point of the sword. Express mightiness, devotion, most of all, to your people that you protect. Good. Now from here, option to come into Warrior 3. Press into the front foot, bring the back leg up. If you want, you can go into gliding eagle, open up the arms, and then bring your belly down towards the thigh, but lift the chest. Imagine you're soaring from a great height. Raise your right leg up higher. And then gracefully step the right foot back down. Right into Virabhadrasana 2. Shoulders down. Lean a little bit forward to get a little sense of direction and purpose. Exhibit it through your stance. And then turn towards the front. Right arm comes up. And to the outside of the knee for Parivrita Parshvakonasana. You can take your hands to the heart, push the the chest towards the thumbs, and then roll the left shoulder back. If you can take a bind, left arm goes over the back, hold it from underneath with your right hand. Tug on that hand, try to get that left shoulder all the way back. Feel as though you're lying on your back. Your body's about the height of the front thigh. If you want to try to come into a bound out of Chandrasana here, that's an option. Slide your right foot in. Try to get your hip over your heel, your left hip over your left heel. Take a half breath in and see if you can raise your right leg up. Gaze down at the ground in front. You can also release the bind if you need to. Bring the right hand down to the ground and left arm up. This is another option if you can't quite keep the bind in the pose. That's the idea. And then bring the right foot back down, right back into Virabhadrasana 2. All the transitions smooth, seamless, back into high plank. Lower down, Chaturanga, through into upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Again, be mighty like the warrior, fearless. Exhibit it in your demeanor. Look up, set your sights high in every sense. And then come forward, bring weight into your right foot so you can pick up the back leg. Warrior 3. Whatever happens, be unconcerned, just do your best. It's the effort that counts. Let go of all attachments to the results and all expectations. If you want to go into gliding eagle, spread your wings. Open your arms out to the side, bring the belly down further, but then pick up the chest. Lift the left leg up high. This makes for a nice, graceful entrance into Warrior 2.
Left foot down, circle the arms up, height of the shoulders. Lean forward a little bit, stay low and strong. Good. Then moving into Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. Spin, coming on the ball of the back foot, left arm up, go to the outside of the right knee, either keeping your hands in prayer, Anjali Mudra, or taking your bind. Be very flexible, try to take the grip closer to the elbow. Keep tugging on the arm, trying to get your chest to look straight up. Shoulders at the same height eventually. And stay here if you like, or move into Adho Chandrasana, the evolved version. Slide your left foot in, right hip over the right heel, take a half breath in and see if you can lift the leg up. Exit the pose. Left foot back down, right back into warrior two. Good. Now we're going to come into plank position. Make ready for Vasisthasana. Move your hips back, coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana. I find it easier to come into pose from here. Then left hand slides towards the right, spin on your feet and your hands, facing alongside the mat, the right side. From here, you can do other variations from here. Try to turn your hips and chest up. Keep the base of the big toe grounded. You can take the right knee up, hold the knee, hold the foot. So lift your hips. That's it. If you want to go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, that's also an option. Spin on your heel, your palm, fingers facing towards the left edge of the mat. Beautiful. Gracefully return, spinning on the heel of the palm again. Keep your hips up, keep your arm fully extended, make your way back into downward facing dog. Move to the other side. Right hand comes to the left, towards the left hand. Go towards the left. Keep your hips high. Make sure you don't drop into the shoulder. And from here, you can turn up a little bit more, hips and shoulders facing up. Chest, lift the left knee. Take hold of the left foot if you like. Open it up to the side a little bit more. Pull it to the left. And if you want to go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can release the foot, slide it back down, spin on your right hand, and then come into Urdhva Dhanurasana. And then all the way back. Keep your hips high, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, soften again. Now pick up your left leg. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, three-legged dog. Fun, just for fun here, if you want, this is an option. Press off with your toes, so you can launch yourself up. You take little hops, eventually press into your hands. You might be able to get into a standing handstand, a split handstand. From here, if your legs are together, over your head, you can lead with your left leg. Come all the way through, left leg between your arms. You can also do this with your right foot down. So from three-legged dog, just bring your left leg through into Hanumanasana. Okay, so if you're not quite in Hanumanasana, just work your pose, sink your seat down like you're doing a lunge, and then just press through the base of toes of each foot. Try not to have the left hip far forward of the other one. Keep your hips even. If you're flat down on the ground, you can do other variations as you know them. You can bring your arms over the head, or if you know other things that you can do, you can take the foot, right foot, and take it to your head. Be creative, imagine beautiful forms. This pose says anything is possible, just like Hanuman leapt over the Isle of Sri Lanka to rescue his master's wife. So embody courage and faith and devotion. Now, getting ready to come into Pigeon. Shift more weight into your left side, slide your left heel right into the front of the right hip crease. Right leg is back, stay upright in Pigeon, and you can do different variations from here. King Pigeon, any variations you know, go ahead. You can also just keep your hands on a rib basket and push it up. Bring your head back, feel as though you're folding your back in half of the spine. You can see if you can bring your back knee up, your back foot up, try to touch your head. If you take your right hand to the knee, you might be able to get closer, guide your foot towards your head. That's it. Good. And then gracefully come back down, moving into Dharmasana, but we'll start off with Pigeon first. Prone Pigeon, slide your left foot out more in line with the left knee, and just make sure you just rock a little bit more weight into the right side so you don't feel all the weight on the left side. You can bring the right hand to press into the sole of the left foot, and then left arm slides forward once the chest is on the front leg and the right shoulder is on the left foot. You can slide your right arm out. Go nice and flat, express humbleness and surrender. Keep on attuning to the consciousness of the pose. Be one with the form. Now we're going to come to Dharmasana. I'm going to do it this way so you can see. So you allow your back leg to relax, pull it in if you need to. Sink more weight into your left side, so you can pull the left foot out a little bit further forward. You want to have the center of the chest directly over the middle of the foot. You come forward with your chest, elbow to the sole of the foot, or if you're more flexible, even the shoulder. Then the right hand press into your left, push your chest towards your thumbs, roll the right shoulder back, roll the right thigh down. If you can get your shoulder in front of the foot, you can take the right arm behind your back, press your hand into the left hip crease, just hold your head in your hand and just keep rolling the right shoulder back. Try to make sure as you're trying to telescope your body out of your hips, make sure you don't create wrinkles in the side body. Nice. Take the top shoulder back a little bit more if you can. Good. Now break the pose. Bring your hands back in front of the front leg, back into high plank, into Chaturanga. Right through into upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out once you arrive. Good, and now the left leg comes up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, or three-legged dog. Lift up the heel, and again, you can just pulse up and down, up off the heel. If you feel comfortable, press into with your hands or fingertips and see if you can come up. Eventually your hips might come over your wrists. Then if you bring your legs both up over your head, handstand, option here to come right into Hanamanasana from here. So the right leg comes down first, it leads, and then you just bring it right through the arms, or of course, your left foot is down and you just swing the right leg forward and just guide it between your arms. Work on your Hanamanasana again. Hips forward a little bit. Make sure your shoulders stay over your hips, stay upright. Okay, and if you're flat down, don't waste your time, as Dharma says. You can go right into your variations.
Think about what Hanuman embodies: courage, devotion, faith, and then reflect it in your pose. And then break the pose. Shift more weight into the right hip. Just pull the right hip foot in towards the left hip. Upright pigeon. So prepare. Make sure you're anchored down through the seat, both sides evenly, and just get a little bit of lift of your upper torso. Bring your chest up, the head back. Again, if you want, you can try to bring your back foot up. Try to touch the head with your foot. If you know King Pigeon, go ahead. Good. Or other variations. You can do the swan from here as well. Lots of different beautiful variations. Use your imagination. That's it. Be tall and supreme. Beautiful. Break the pose. Getting ready for prone pigeon. Move the left foot out, right foot out in line with the right knee. Again, rock back, side to side. Try to get more weight. Come into your left hip. Left hand pressed against the right sole of the foot. And then slide your right hand directly forward in front of the right knee. And once the chest is on the leg, the left shoulder on the right foot, you can slide your left arm out. Stay long. Imagine being as comfortable in other beings' bodies as you are in your own. That's when you find the ability to still the mind. And then slide your hands back, Dharmasana. Just allow the back leg to go lax. Bring the right foot out a little bit further, more than a 90-degree angle. Then center the chest, lines up with the middle of the foot, come forward, elbow to the sole of the foot, or if you can, even the shoulder. You might need to push your knee back a little bit further to get your shoulder in front of the foot. And then you can either just keep your hands in prayer, push the center chest towards the thumbs, roll the left shoulder back and the left thigh down and in. If you have your hands on your thigh, your left hand on your right thigh, just keep pressing into that thigh and roll the thigh outwards. And now break the pose, return, hands in front of the front leg, back into high plank and Chaturanga. Through into upward facing dog, downward facing dog. One more chance. Come down on your forearms, and if you want, come up into your forearm balance. Bring your feet closer to your elbows first. Keep your knees very bent so that if you go over, you don't have far to go. Your feet are close to the ground already. Okay, flex your toes. That's it, keep trying. That's it, good, beautiful, Andrea. Kyung, nice. Awesome, Donna. And Plow. Good, beautiful. Now come back down, downward facing dog. All right, lift the heels, bend the knees. Again, take 3 hops to try to come up with your wrists, your hips over your hands. Press into your fingertips, try to hover a bit, perhaps. And then the 4th time, just bring your feet to the hands, hopping or walking. That's the idea. Good. Uttanasana. Connect your front of the body to your legs and close your body in towards the legs. Head down. Imagine that the head is eventually going to come right down and rest on the feet. Now, coming all the way up, bring the hands together in Kali Mudra, the mudra of fearlessness and fierceness. If you want, you can open up your feet a little bit, point the toes out, helps. Pull the arms up, really press down to the edge of the feet, especially the toe pads and the base of the toes. Push your hips forward and go back. Hasta Uttanasana, go as far as you feel comfortable. Look beyond your fingertips, maybe eventually your fingertips will come right down to the ground behind your feet. Anything is possible. Keep thinking that. Then coming back up, bring the hands back to the heart. Inhale from the heart again, up to the brow center. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in your connection with God and all beings. Good. And now let's come down onto our seats. Bharadvajrasana. Going to fold the left leg back. If it's not comfortable, keep your leg in front, either extend it or just pull the heel in towards the front of the right seat. So do, of course, according to your condition. Bring the right foot up and just move it back and forth a few times. Circle around in its hip joint. Now we're going to move the foot back and forth underneath the arm. And push the knee as far back as you can. And take your right shoulder in front of the knee. Keep pressing against the back of the knee. Those of you who can, you can use a strap if you need to. Wrap the strap around the foot or place your hand underneath the heel and push the heel right up. Compass. And keep on trying to get length and openness. Try not to hunch the back. If you're hunching your back, maybe if you have a strap, you can just try to just push into the back of the knee, try to get the knee higher, up closer to the ear. This is a good practice for what's coming further on in the flow, with the leg behind the head. And then bend the leg again, bringing the foot all the way across to the left. If you can, place it right into your left hip crease for your lotus. If that's not possible, you just place it at the root of the body. So the heel at the root and the foot against the inseam. Okay, then go to the right, chest over the right thigh, reach around with the right arm, and so you can take hold of the foot, or you can just hold your shirt or hand behind to center the back. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to the right. Make sure that the left side of the feet doesn't come up off the ground. Just try to imagine a spiraling action going up the spine, the whole length of it. And then return, come back, and switch legs. So lean to the right and bring the left leg forward, lean to the left, right leg folds back. We do the whole thing all over again. So again, modify as you need to with your legs. If your knee is not happy in this position, push it, just bring it in front. And then just take your left foot up, circle it around in its joint. Back and forth. Or side to side, I should say, and then back and forth. Push into the sole of the foot and try to push the knee back behind the body. And try to get the knee as far back as possible so you can take your left arm easily in front of the leg, push into the back of the knee, right hand underneath the left heel, and see if you can bring the foot up. Use a strap again if you like. Wrap the strap around the foot and hold the end of the strap. Or hold across the foot, the outer edge of the foot.
Now lift up out of the hips. Good. Keep pushing into the back of the left knee. Try to get as high as possible so the knee's close to the ear. And then just bend the leg again, bring it forward, across to the right, and just straight down into the right hip crease for your lotus, or again, in front. Heel at the root, foot against the inseam. Go to the left this time. Chest over the left thigh, and reach around, take hold of the foot or other things that are possible. The strap or the holding the shirt. Right hand underneath the left knee or against the left knee. Lift the chest and twist to the left. In every posture, keep thinking, this is for you, God, this is for you, for all, the benefit of all beings. And come back to face forward. Good. If you have your half lotus here, option. I'll just show an entry if you want to come into try for headstand. So you lean to the right, left I should say, and try to get your other foot into your lotus. And from here you can try to come into your headstand from here. So you just come onto your knees, place your hands in front of your knees and your head forward, so you're in tripod. And then you have to lift one knee and get your arm underneath the shin as much as you can. You push into your arm, push your shin into your arm, you push it into your hands, and then the other side will come up. And from here, you come straight up. If that doesn't look like something that is quite attainable right now, you can just come up regular way into your headstand. Go ahead. Shavasana, king of the postures. So make it live up to its name, make it a royal offering. Nice, Kyung, beautiful. How you doing, Brian? Awesome, good. Beautiful, and Mika, beautiful. All right. Now, if you feel comfortable here, you can try different variations, anything you like. You can try to come onto your fingertips and just try to lift one finger at a time until you're just on the very tips of the index finger. Eventually, you can maybe come onto the baby fingers. Make your hands further apart, widen your base, or you can do other things. Try to lift one hand all together up off the ground. Split your legs if you like. Good, that's it. Bring your hips back a little bit more, Donna. I think it might be more comfortable if you come a little bit further back with your hips, then you'll be able to, then you won't fall forward as much. Okay. Nice, Andrea. Keep your toes active. Yeah, nice. All right. 10 more seconds. Yeah, that's it. Make sure you keep the weight on the forearm, Andrea, okay? It was good though. All right, now make your way down gracefully. Rest in child's pose for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Let's try some of those shoulder stand entries that Dharma has been teaching us, maybe coming up from camel, in from camel. So lift your head again, and then from here, place your hands behind your feet, lift your hips up off the heels, and walk your hands forward to the soles of the feet. Just stay forward and up in your camel for a moment, bring your head back.
And then from here, bring your hands up, join them together, and then coming into hare pose. So dive down, the forehead comes down between the knees and your right shoulder just in front of the right knee on the inside. And then just press into the shoulder, the right side of the head, back of the head, and come into wide plow. Then you can bring your feet together behind your head. And then you can do it on the other side. So you can walk your feet over towards the left side of the head. Again, you have to push into your left shoulder, the back of the left side of the head, and then bring your knee down. Keep your chin tucked in and then roll all the way up into your camel again, or your rabbit pose. And what you do on one side, you must do on the other, of course. So come back up, join your hands, come down into hare pose. Your left shoulder comes in front of the left knee, the left side of the head comes down, and then push into your top of the shoulder. Keep your hips up, come into wide plow again. And then bring your feet together and right up into shoulder stand. Bring your legs up and then bring your hands onto your back. So if that was all not looking like something you want to do, just come into shoulder stand. Good. Try to push your hips forward a little bit. Elbows and arms all the way back behind the body if you can. And once you're there, just close your eyes, bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows, the seat of divine perception, Trikuti. That's it, Nicola, good, very good. And then just right up, beautiful. Now be still, leave the body alone. Keep your mind one pointed on the space between the eyebrows. Oh, beautiful line, Kyung. Right, now make your way into, if you have a Lotus, Pindasana, or you can come into Plow Pose, Halasana, if your legs are straight. And you have the option from there to bring your knees, bring your thighs against your body, and the knees are on either side of the head if you're flexible. Good. Hips over the shoulders. We're going to come into couch pose from here. The entry into couch is from bridge pose. So if you can come into bridge pose from here, please do so now. If you need to, you come back down onto your back and you make your way into bridge pose from the ground up. Otherwise, hands to your back, 1 foot at a time, land very lightly. No heavy footfalls. Not a sound as the foot lands on the ground, followed by the other one. When your hips are high, from here, couch pose. Bring your heels together and walk forward. You have to kind of waddle forward on your shoulders and your elbows until your elbows are right beside your heels. Hold on to the ankles. Push into your ground with your elbows. Lift your back up off the ground and your head, and then your knees will come down. And then bring the top of the head back down. Your seat is on your heels. Keep holding onto your ankles or take hold of your opposite elbows over your head. Couch pose. If you prefer to do fish, that's always available too. Now imagine you're sending love out of your heart. Try to get your heart as high as possible. Last streak of breath. And then bring your arms back down, hold the ankles. Then from here, press into your ankles, lift your chin up, and then Make your way up into back up. So press into one hand at a time and come up right from here. Okay, so now you're coming into a squat, your hands in front of the knees, and just come back. Come into a squat, and place your hands down, lift your seat. Titibasana from here. Take your shoulders in behind your knees, and those you can go into the full pose. You can just join your hands. You can either bring your hands just below so you can push the seat up. If you have the flexibility, you bind your hands behind your back. Otherwise, you can do one leg at a time. Left leg, left side first. Left shoulder, left arm underneath the left leg, and you join your hands over your right side, the left side of the seat. And then you would do the other side too. But if you're more flexible, try to bring your heels together. Your feet are like Charlie Chaplin. And then you bring your hands around the front. So your shoulders are behind the knees, but then you bring your hands in front to interlace your fingers and just try to push the back of the head into your hands. Lift your seat up as high as you can. If you're doing one-sided Titibasana, switch now to the other side. And then release. Take your shoulders out from underneath. Just open up your feet are about 2 to 3 inches from the edges of the mat. Lower your seat, Stork Pose. Bring your arms around the outside this time and through between. So if you're not, if you don't have very tight hamstrings, you can just hold your wrist behind your knees and just try to push your belly between your legs. You can push your hips up if you like. If you know Stork Pose, go ahead, tuck your chin in. Bring your hands, cup around your ears, and just keep walking, palm of your hands back until your fingers interlace behind your head. And then use your hands to guide your head all the way through. Look beyond your seat. Make sure your forearms are below the knees so you can straighten your legs. If you're very deep into the pose, try to bring the heels, your palms together, and just bring your hands together. So it looks like your hands are forming the beak of the bird. Oh, good. Beautiful. That's it. Nice. And now from here, come down. Just come onto your seat. Bring your left leg out in front. Bharadvasana. So this is where we try to get your leg behind the head. So we've done some of those compass poses to prepare. If you can get your leg behind your head, I'll start with that. Go ahead, do it now. Otherwise, come into compass. So you can just pull your foot up and bring your shoulder in front of the knee. Now, before we go down on our back, if you have your leg behind your head, or even if you're in compass, place your hands behind your seat, fingers facing towards the front of the mat, the toes. Slide your left foot in a little bit, and then lift up into a bench pose. Lift your hips and bring your right foot all the way back behind your head. Like a fancy bench pose. Good. Nice, Plow. And then lower the seat, and now you can come down on your back. So if you don't have your leg behind your head, no worries. Just take your ankle and then bring your body down, bring your knee to the shoulder, and just keep tugging on the foot, trying to get it closer to the head. You can come into half happy baby pose if you like. Bring your knee down onto the ground beside your body, and then try to wedge your shoulder in front of the knee again. If you have your leg behind the head, you can bring your other leg up, cross both feet behind your head. Whatever position you're in, again, breathe from the space between the eyebrows from the heart to the space between the eyebrows and back down. Keep on tuning into that Soham consciousness. I am you, you are me. I am that I am. Eventually you find yourself in connection with all forms with ease. Then bring the left leg up or release the leg, both legs behind the head. Swing the left leg up. Use your arms to come back up. It's a seated position. Okay. Good. And then release. Try it on the other leg now. Left leg up. Shoulder in front of the knee. Starting off with compass. Staying compass if that's where you're at. No shame here. Just do your best. If you can pull your foot towards the right, bring your head down and see if you can get your foot behind your head. You have to use your shoulder to get the knee back further behind your body. And push up into the back of the knee so the knee comes close to shoulder. Place your hands beside your seat, slide the right foot in, and if you can, lift your seat up. You can keep your leg behind the head. If you have a compass pose, you can just extend your left leg back behind your head. And then bring your seat back down. Make your way down onto your back, either holding the ankle or if your leg was behind your head comfortably, go ahead down. And again, go into your full yoga, sleeping yogi if you like. Move the core into your condition. Keep breathing from the space between the eyebrows, between your heart and your space between the eyebrows. There you go. Good. Beautiful, Brian. Nice. Good. Now, if you're in full sleeping yogi, you can release the left leg and then use your arms to swing yourself back up into seated position. And release. Nice. All right. So we're going to cross our ankles, make our way onto our bellies. So we're going to work towards getting, if you need a strap here or a wheel, you can use that as your aid. So we're going to come into Sphinx Pose. So this is a preparation for full Dharmasana. Okay, so you're going to bring the right foot up, hold the foot from the outside, the thumb pressing against the base of the toes, or the fingers on the top of the foot, around the outside, and then bend the toes under the left foot. Raise the foot up until you can get your elbow at least to the height of the shoulder, so that you can pull your elbow forward easily without incurring any weird torquing movements with your shoulders. Follow the natural movement of the shoulder, range of motion. And then you might be able to take the foot in both hands, and then you keep on pulling it forward. Maybe eventually you can bring your foot on your head. Maybe your forearms will come down onto the ground. We can stay up. Okay, so again, use your strap if you need to. Use this put the foot in the strap and just pull on the ends of the strap, trying to approach your hands to the foot. Very flexible. Try pulling your foot further forward. That's the idea.
Be mindful, be aware of your limitations. Remember that you're transmitting, everyone's experiencing this through your body. So don't go to a place of pain or anxiety. This is not what you want to transmit. Then, if you've done one side, try it on the other foot. You have to push into the base of the toes on that back foot that you're not lifting to get yourself some power to come up. That's the idea. Good. That's it, pal. Good. Nice. Beautiful, Andrea. And release. Come back down. Just rest your forehead on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's come to standing now. So we're going to do the same thing, but like it's a very similar pose, except you're standing up. So a lot of these poses are very similar, just like we're all similar. We're all very much one. So we can try to pull, you can bring yourself against the wall if you like, the edge of the body against the wall, while you're making your way into your dancer, your overhead dancer. Again, you use your strap if you need to. You lift your right leg up, hold the foot, bring your elbow close to a little bit in front of the body, and keep pulling on the foot, lift the elbow up higher. So you're standing on your left foot first, I should have mentioned that first. And then you can bring your left arm up. Maybe you can bring both hands to the foot. Okay, so this is full expression of dancer. But again, you can do other variations. Use your strap, or you can do your swan. Bring your foot into the crook of the arm. Lean forward so the toes come close. Interlace your fingers in front of your face, and then pull your left arm up over your head. So that's another nice variation. That's it. Push into the roots of your toes, the corners of the feet. Good. That's it, Nicola. Good, nice. Now try it on the other side. Concentrate your attention on a point in front. Take hold of the foot, flex the foot, bring it out to the side and in front of the chest a little bit. So then you just have to lift your elbows straight up. No unusual movements of the shoulder. Okay, take care of yourself. Then you can take your foot in both hands and try to push your foot higher up in your hands. That's the idea. Good. Beautiful, Kyung. Nice. And Mika, lovely. Andrea, nice line. All right. Break the pose. Come down. So let's do Ardha Matsyendrasana. Left leg in front, right leg crosses over to the other side. If you need to modify, just extend your left leg out. Right hand behind the back, left arm up, and then go to the right. Take other variations as you know them, a twist, a bind if you like. Sit up tall. Imagine you're wringing all the toxins out of your organs, just like you're wringing water out of the cloth when you're doing laundry. Then switch your legs around, come back, go to the other side. Right arm comes up, go to the outside of the left leg. Sit up tall. That's it, nice, Donna. Beautiful. Now release that. Come back to seated position. Just stay seated in Sukhasana or Padmasana if you like, or Ardha Padmasana. Just allow the body to calm down and be still for a moment. Allow the nervous system to settle down. So let's do sound breathing in order to promote healing in the different areas of the body and yours or other beings as well that you know who are suffering, and also to increase our aura, that is our protection against negative energy directed either unintentionally or intentionally towards us. Hands in Yana Mudra on the knees, sitting up tall, bring your attention to the base, the root, the navel, and the sacral chakras. Color red. Take a deep breath in, exhaling to sound of awe. Picture the color red in those areas. Moving up now to the heart. The color is green. And just promote physical and emotional healing of the heart. The sound is U. Inhale. You. Bring now the attention to the base of the throat. The sound is so, the color is blue. All the words that come out of the throat, may they be always ones of loving kindness. Inhale. So. Now to the space between the eyebrows and the middle of the forehead. The color is another shade of blue. The sound is E. And think about the pineal and pituitary gland to bring stimulation to those glands, to bring health to the whole endocrine system, all the workings of the body. Inhale. Keep in the brow center, just move a little bit further back. Behind it, the sound is sun. Concentrate mostly on the end part of the sound. The vibrations produced will dislodge all the impurities and send them out of the bloodstream, out of the body. Color indigo. Inhale. Sun. Finally go to the crown. The color is violet. Sound is sum. Again, concentrate on the latter part of the sound, so the vibrations will promote mental sharpness. Inhale, violet. Sum. Just take a moment to note any changes in your mental, physical, or emotional state. Now make ready for Shavasana. Lie on your back, ease your way down gently. Shavasana is the best antidote for removing impurities and to promote all the goodness that to come into the body through the practice. And it comes as a result of you offering up your practice to others as well. Your act of selfless service. Just bring your attention to your hands. Just allow them to just flop. Completely relax them. Remove all the tension from your hands so the fingers are loose, the wrists as well. Just hands resting there like dead weight. Then just start to bring your attention up through the arms. As you do so, as you move up the arms, release all the muscles along the way. Feel them going limp, the arms. The muscles just dissolving into just a mass of just softness, just hanging off the bones. It goes all the way from the lower arms, from the wrists, all the way up to the shoulders. The arms feeling like dead weight, heavy. The shoulders completely relaxed. Any tension there, any tightness, just let it go with the breath. Leaving nothing but just softness, heaviness. And now let's bring our attention to the back of the body, starting at the top of the back. Feel as though there are weights just gradually pressing down onto the back from the inside of the body. Just a big weight resting there. It just spreads and lengthens so that eventually it consumes the whole back of the body. So spreading from the spine, the center of the back, all the way to the shoulders, and then just creeping down the back, bringing with it heaviness. Very much like a steamroller, just slowly rolling heaviness down, feeling the back just melt into the ground. All the way, flattening out even the lower back where there are some natural rises in the body. Just feel them flattening out, sinking also, and merging, molding with the earth. And then it makes its way into the hip joint, the bones of the hip joint, heavy like lead. And the seat, feeling all that weight gather in the seat like as though it were a basin. And just feeling that seat sink further into the ground. And it moves down into the legs now, starting at the tops of the legs. Feel the legs starting to get heavy. Send, like you did through the arms, a signal to release all the muscles along the whole length of the legs. So the muscles becoming soft. And with that softness, no engagement in the muscles become weak. And as a result, everything feels heavy. Feeling the heaviness creep past the knee joints and into the lower legs as well. Until they become so heavy, those legs, it's inconceivable to move them. Upon reaching the ankles, feel the feet just dangling from them lifelessly. Just allow the toes to go limp, tops of the feet to the bottom of the feet to the heels. Soften, no hardness at all, no tension. They just fall loosely to the outside. Arms and legs completely dead. And inside the body, all the workings, inner workings of the body that are all located in the trunk of the body, all those organs there. Just imagine them just taking a break. Be like the commander at a hub, and just command them all to just stand down. So even the organs start to shut down. Slowly, so eventually not even the blood or the nerves are circulating in the body, everything completely still. From the neck down, the body is like a corpse. The head now, heavy on the ground. The face showing no signs of tension whatsoever. Everything's relaxed. No clenching of the teeth, no straining of the eyes, or any signs showing any wrinkles in the forehead of showing stress or pressure. The jaw is relaxed as well. The throat is relaxed. And within the head, the brain is completely quiet now too, for it has nothing to do. The body is quiet. The body is not even communicating with the mind. So there's no sensation. The body, the mind, so quiet. You lose consciousness of it altogether. And in fact, you are not the body, nor the mind, nor the emotions. The true nature has no form, no shape, no end, not affected by time, nor disease, nor anything in the physical world. For your true nature is love and wisdom and potential. All these qualities that continue to evolve and accumulate over time through all your experiences. They grow ever, ever greater, more abundant as you come closer to your goal of attaining self-realization, the ultimate goal. And most important is to share all the knowledge that you learn from all your experiences with others, so that they too may benefit from that knowledge and to know what they need to do to break those patterns that cause pain and suffering. So now ingrain that intention in your mind and heart by repeating the following sentence 3 times to yourself. I strive to continue to share knowledge with others. As Dharma says, the highest form of karma, yoga, is to share spiritual knowledge. So now let's prepare to carry out that or continue that mission through our day-to-day lives, on and off the mat. So now prepare to come back into your body. Start to become aware of your body again. And with the utmost gentleness and mindfulness and reverence, come back to seated position. Always moving in a way that allows you to preserve the serenity that we created through the practice. Once you're ready, once you're seated, just remain still, supreme. Let's close the practice. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Instill the peace within and send it out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so very much for coming. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And maybe see you next week if I didn't scare you off this time. So have a lovely day. Much love to all of you. Thank you, everybody. I'm just going to turn off the recording.